gets showcased.
Welcome everybody to another live edition of the Showcase Pod. I am Don Vega, joined by the boss Chris Blackheart from the 1776 studios here in West Warwick. Cool West Warwick. Breeze. We're not suffocating. It's not hot anymore.
You're sounding old right now. Playing about the weather.
Well, you know, it is what it is.
Well, that being said, we are going into a nice wrestling weekend. Showcase Wrestling live at the Showcase Pro Wrestling Arena.
Signed for that one. The Sons of Liberty Championship will be on the line as the consistent one AC will face the champion Danny Cabral. We will see what happens in that match. He's got his lackey running around with him. Would he play a part on this? We'll find out. You have to be
hair consultant.
I like lackey better. It's quicker. People know what it is. It's straight to the point. But you'll have to be there this Saturday night to find out what happens then. Also, we will finally see the match for the U2 World title as the champion Brother Moon Revan takes on the number one contender Jay Evans for that title. Last time we saw Jay Evans disappear. Have you seen him since?
I have. He's focused.
What happened? Does he know what happened?
I'm not really sure about that. So
we'll find out Saturday. Indeed. Also in action, the uneducated, former educated, Christopher Spratt, alongside his buddy, the Damien, will take on the new star, Logan Macchia, in his third appearance at the Showcase Training Center and Arena. Can he pull the big big upset, with Spratt?
Oh, you want to talk about it, or you just want to?
I'm just running down.
All right, see, I like Macchia. All right, I think I told the story before. He was doing an internship for his high school. Second one we've done with some of the local schools. Good kid, good background. He's actually going to college in the fall. So
okay,
those who like Macchia, one or two more events until he goes off to college. It won't be on the roster as much as he has been. So
well, we'll find out if he could go to college with a big win over a guy that used to be in college, in a big college. All right. Like, I mean, he's been having a lot of clear fluid and it's not water. But we'll find out what happens. I've heard.
I've been noticing that lately too.
You're staying hydrated, huh?
No, yeah, you're not helping the situation. You're watching the situation. You're not helping.
Wow, what do you want me to do? Take the liquor away from him?
Hey, Spratt, here's a spray.
Have you smelled them lately? Do you think I want to go next to him?
I don't like sniffing.
Maybe people. Danny will send Danny to take a whiff
Danny,
of.
Can you sniff Spratt on Saturday?
I don't think we have to.
The second he walks in the door, you'll be able to smell it.
Yeah, you can smell it. I think it still reeks of it in here. Yeah. Still to this day. But
right, but now Damien is helping him. It looks like there's some kind of friendship, bond.
Well, he wants him to be mellow. He wants him to calm down. He wants to be cool, collective, or whatever. But we'll find out. It's easier said than done. We've seen Spratt get frustrated and have these tantrums, or drunk episodes. And even last time he was in the ring, he had an episode that I thought he was going to puke all over the place. But
no.
We'll see what happens.
Just like in practice, if you're going to puke, you go outside.
Well, we'll find out what happens.
There's no puking at the Showcase Pro Wrestling Arena. There's no puking in the bathroom. You go on Main Street, take care of it, let Johnny Ray Justice trip on it on Monday when he goes to the city council meeting at City Hall.
Anything could happen. But you have to be there this Saturday night, 7 p.m. bell time in Woonsocket for Saturday night's main event. What's that? Oh, God, no. I don't want to do anything.
It is the Stallion. Now, just let you know.
Anything to do with that.
I was going to get the Stallion in studio, but
what?
Tonight. But have you ever seen a horse, out in the field during the rain?
Danny and I would have been locking the door,
No,
and he
but
would have been
have you
standing
seen a
in the
horse
rain.
in a field during the rain. Have you?
No.
No, because they don't like to get wet, so that's why the stallion's not here.
Okay, great. That's
But the
excellent.
debut of the stallion, Blake Stallion, the Showcase Wrestling Arena, kid's really excited.
You're excited about this one.
No, you know what it is? He's a lot of hard work. Just enjoy progress.
Well,
Dreams do come true if you put the work in.
Well, yeah, that definitely happens. But for that to happen, you have to show up through the door, and that happens on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.
So he's been doing really well. So you are. People call me a heel and a heater. You are terrible.
I'm not terrible. I'm just, I would have welcomed him in, however long ago was when I welcomed in Carlos, but I would retire him at that point. So I'm a good guy now, Chris Blackheart. I'm behaving.
Speaking of good guys, where's Alex?
He's doing good. He'll be there this Saturday night. I mean, I'm not gonna let any cats out of the bag because you've been known to pull fast ones.
What?
So we'll leave it at that.
All right, all right. Dan Badandi will be there too. The Bionic Dan Badandi. Before people, I know Dan works on the message board that people put up, and they is Dan Badandi? Yes, Dan Badandi will be there.
He will be in action on Saturday night's
You
main
can
event.
get Bionic with Dan Badandi.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
What I said.
All right, I'm just saying.
So we could go back to that video.
Danny's old school like the paper trail. He doesn't like mail ballots or people touching the votes.
Yeah.
All right. So where we go? All right, go.
So
go
last
to
week
card.
we went through every match, and you both picked who's going to win. So we could start with the first match. Was Liv Morgan defending her title against Rhea Ripley.
Fantastic.
And Don picked Liv, and you picked Rhea. So Don gets 1 point there.
Yep, and I did say that it was gonna happen when Dominic turned against Rhea.
So I did think that was going to happen, but I did think Rhea was going to win.
All right. So
All right.
one for the good guys.
Then the next one was the Intercontinental title, Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn, Zayn the champion.
I think I got it.
So Don picked Braun, you picked Sami, and
What?
once again,
I didn't pick Sammy.
Yes, you
No,
did.
I didn't.
Yes, you
No,
did.
I didn't.
We're gonna have to go back. We're gonna have to go back, Danny. We're gonna have to go back on next week on YouTube.
Why would I pick Sammy? That's stupid.
I know. Why would you pick him?
I did not pick Sammy.
we'll
All
go.
right, if anyone remembers from last week, put
We'll
it in
go-
2. I got 2.
Two.
I did not pick Sami Zayn. I wouldn't pick Sami Zayn to pick a booger. Why would I pick a
Oh
booger?
man, I don't know, man. You picked him the last time too.
the next one, Nia Jax facing Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship.
I got that one.
And Chris.
Get it.
And I think if she does something that's cut short, it's gonna make her look, more proportional.
Look at Awesome Kong.
Yeah.
All right. Her gear was good.
Yeah.
I mean, it fit her body type.
Yes.
She was a bigger girl, but she didn't look big, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
She
in
just.
the negative, she just
She
looked
looked
like,
proportioned.
wow.
Yeah.
She would destroy
Yeah.
you.
All right. Moving on to the
All
next
right.
matchup.
Next one was Drew McIntyre against CM Punk, special guest referee Seth freaking Rollins. And Drew McIntyre won, so Don gets a point, and you picked Punk, Chris. So I guess you got punked out with a point.
Again, Chris Blackheart.
That one I think I remember.
That matchup. What do you thought of the match? You watched the match?
No. I don't go on the results. Then we'll go through the matches.
All right.
Okay?
All right. We'll get
All right.
to that.
All right, next one was awesome
this
match.
one definitely again another.
World Heavyweight title, Damian Priest defending against Gunther, and Gunther wins.
All right.
And Don picked Gunther. And the last one, the main event, undisputed champion Cody Rhodes against Solo Sakura, and Cody Rhodes wins thanks to the help of Roman Reigns. But Don picked Cody, you picked Cody, so both of you get a point.
Oh, you was right. You didn't change it again?
Yeah.
So Don won 6-3.
It should have really 6-4.
For what?
I did not pick
You
Sami
picked
Zayn. No way.
Dan, can we go back?
No.
Can we look for that video from last week?
There's no way I picked
And
Sami
go on
Zayn.
the
There's
YouTube
No way.
and see if we can scroll
There's no way I picked that.
to the pic of Sami Zayn there on last week episode, so we can make him feel comfortable that we didn't cheat.
No, I
Let's-
don't.
let's-
I'll
let's-
take 6-4.
let's-
But
let's
there's no
go
way.
back. You're not getting- you're not
I
getting
did
a free
not say
point.
Sammy. Was
You
gonna
are
win.
not getting a free point, Chris Blackheart.
I did not say
Let's.
Sammy.
I think it was in the very beginning, Danny. Very
Oh,
beginning of
mhm.
the show.
I
We
thought it was
started
near the end,
doing.
yes.
Nah, it's the beginning.
Oh, yeah, it is me, yeah.
Against Gunther. I'm actually
All right,
looking forward to this match. We gotta go more fast. Again,
Rewind.
women's match. Referee.
Was it? Sami Zayn?
Yeah, Sami Zayn and
Alright.
yeah, you went too far. 'Cause
Alright.
We already talked about the women's.
Are you
match
editing
event.
this?
He's not editing
Again,
anything. The women's match up there.
That
Then
people-
we.
I wish we had a camera
I
watching.
think you passed it. Oh, there's there.
I think there's gonna violence.
You know, we're
Yeah,
this
well-
is live, folks. So you know, bear
Yeah.
with us. He's gotta
Alright,
keep
alright.
Blackheart here comfortable
All right,
with the
so let's go.
results.
All right, so we touch a little bit on the first match with Liv and Dom.
Yeah. To me,
I'll
it was a
find
given.
it.
You know, I was expecting what happened to happen.
Yes.
For me, it was a given when he did the promo and he was whorish on her and the whole drama behind it. I'm like, yeah, there's only two things that could happen here.
Yeah.
One, Rhea turning on him, which would be lame, in my opinion.
Yeah, the thing I didn't like about it, they made Dom like so babyish, and it made Rhea so big.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the match, it was just too,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
So
yeah. So I don't know.
that one there, you know, it was pretty clear to me that Dominic was going to betray her
Yeah,
and set
yeah, no,
his new path with
yeah,
Liv Morgan.
I did expect that. I'm thinking Sammy. Sammy wins.
There we go.
right.
There we go. The beauty of YouTube.
Why? Why would I pick Sammy?
I don't know. You were drinking funny water, or
I messed up.
you were
'cause-
drinking some of that Sprat water. So there you have it. The score is
All right,
legit.
all right. I guess I was wrong.
Yep. There you go, Chris
Very
Blackheart.
surprised on that one.
But so let's talk about that match. You
All
know,
right.
where do you? Why did you see Sammy winning that contest?
I did not see Sammy. Whoever that guy was last week,
You don't know
I
him?
am not sure why he said that.
Okay.
But I think if Gunter didn't win, not Gunter,
See, he's
if
confused.
Steiner did not win that match,
Yeah.
I think the problem, and he actually did some promos on this, and he felt that he has something to prove.
Yeah.
Either he becomes the man, or he stays neutral.
Yeah.
You know, so I think he had to win. I was very surprised that Sammy beat him the first time.
Well, yeah, I
that-
thought it was gonna happen the first time, and that's why I picked Braun Breaker to just come up and just dominate right off the bat. But I guess it took a little bit of time, but it was only
Yeah.
a matter of time,
Well,
and we'll see what they do now.
I'm not a big fan of the undefeated streak.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's the only reason why that happened. But again, any day, anyone can beat anyone.
So you're not a fan of Rambo? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I didn't go down to Rambo.
Well, you
yet.
said you're not.
We
You're
can
not.
talk about Rambo in a few minutes. Okay.
Okay, all right. You're not a fan
All
of
right.
undefeated streaks.
No, but I think all right. So Rambo, we'll get on Rambo one another time.
All right.
But I think with Braun, the fact that he got that loss, now he doesn't have to worry about winning or losing.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, question. Do you think that the fact that Sammy loses the title opens up a reunion with his original Bloodline group as an honorary member of the Bloodline with the Usos and Roman Reigns?
I hope not.
I mean, it could happen.
I'd rather have him go back to Kevin Owens.
It could happen. I mean, I was he was very entertaining there. I must say, man. That
Oh,
was,
no, I mean-
that was some of his best
No, no,
work
it wasn't.
there
No,
recently.
for-
You know.
All right. So it's not that I dislike Sammy. It's just I'm not a huge fan of Sammy. But I do like.
Well, apparently you were fans last week.
I wasn't. No, but like the whole feud in the Bloodline, I did like it. It was great storytelling. The feud was good. Back then, when they had War Games, that whole War Games was made the feud between Sammy. What was going to happen?
Yeah.
I like that part. I think that was the best he's ever been showcased. And even Uncle Corny was
Very happy with
I
it.
think very happy with it too.
Well, moving on, another matchup that we thought the person had to get the W because he's capturing the United States Championship. What do you thought about that match?
Um, every time I see him, I think of Nicholas Knight. I do.
All right.
Every time I see LA Knight, I think of Nicholas Knight.
Okay.
You know, I'm glad that for him he got the win. I think he needed it. I think he established him. I think the fact that people forget that he was in NXT or
Well, TNA, NXT, all that. He was in
got
the.
hired and fired.
Every time I see him, it just reminds me of the Triple H workout video. I was one of those people that bought that. Remember that one?
No.
The Triple H DVD workout video where they had LA Knight, it had Ty Dillinger. I forgot who else was on there.
No.
But yeah.
No, but I think it's a great accomplishment for him, and I think it establishes him as a main event player. And now, if anything, now he's more marketable for him.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
and this sounds absolutely terrible. Whenever he leaves the WWE, he always has that.
Yeah.
You know, so. But again, Logan Paul.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt Logan at all. You know.
No, I mean,
And
again, for a guy that had about a dozen matches,
Yeah.
phenomenal stuff that he does. He's dedicated, you know, to the sport.
Yeah.
He's definitely an ambassador because when he comes, you don't know who's coming with him.
yeah.
He has sports celebrities. He has musicians.
Yeah, just overall
You know, so it's-
entertainment, the eyes that he's been able to draw towards wrestling that might have not seen wrestling before because it's a complete different, origin, what he was doing in YouTube.
Isn't he connected to the Prime Energy drink too, or something like
Yeah.
that?
Well, yeah, that's his company, him and K1,
I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck his name is, but KSI, that's what it is. It's him and KSI. Yep. Moving to another matchup. We had the women's matchup. Bailey taking on Nia. We kind of touched up on the gear and stuff like that. That was a match that Nia controlled for quite some time. And to me, it just reminded me of the matches they had back in NXT in the TakeOver days. It was kind of like touching back on those days. And it reminded me of a similar style other than, the finish when she does the bonsai drop. And did that for the win and to become the women's champion. What?
But she kind of reminds me of LA Knight in a way.
Yeah.
I think she needed that big win to reestablish herself.
Mm-hmm.
And she even said in the press conference that, when she came back, she had something to prove.
Yeah.
And I think people were like, oh, why is she here again?
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, it's
a
been,
lot of
2 years though, right, since she was a champion?
I think
Something
it
like
was maybe 6 or 7 years. It's been a
Oh, wow.
while.
Yeah, it's
but-
been a while.
And I
yeah.
think, and people will question, hey, she's only coming back because The Rock's coming back because they're cousins.
Yeah.
Oh,
at this point, she's already been in the company for many, many years. So, initially, you get in because you have a relative or whatnot, but she earned her keep and,
But the thing I like about it too, look at her and was it Tiffany Stratton?
yeah.
They're building something there, which I think is pretty good. She's a younger girl coming up,
Yeah.
trying to make her too. So I thought that was all good. I'll take it.
Yeah.
What else we got, Danny?
Following match was the matchup with Drew McIntyre taking on the returning CM Punk with Seth Rollins as a special guest referee. And the thing that I noticed right away is the gear. I mean, and the situation there that reminded me of the Shawn Michaels being the special guest referee with The Undertaker taking on Bret the Hitman Hart in SummerSlam in the past.
All right, good observation.
Right off the back when I saw Punk coming out with the colors, I'm like, yep, this is Bret, and Drew had like a cape, similar style of what Taker would wear, but without the sleeves. What do you thought of the match?
Hard hitting match. Didn't think it would end that night. Do I like how it ended? I'll be honest with that little
The
bracelet.
bracelet thing is driving me nuts and it's stupid.
I hate it because, Punk did say that he was just there to get a pound of flesh.
Yes.
Which he did.
Yeah.
But he also got distracted.
And now they ended up fighting
by
like
a
little.
token.
Yeah, you ended up fighting like little school kids over a bracelet. When in reality, this puts you in contendership to the main title, to the world championship. So,
And
I just don't get it.
And even getting frustrated. I mean, I thought Seth did a pretty good job refereeing.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wasn't biased.
Oh, he let shit go.
And that's what it is. He let it go as a wrestler.
Yeah.
He let stuff go.
Yeah.
So some days, I think even at the end, Punk was getting mad at him, which I'm like,
Yeah.
why are you getting mad at him? He didn't do anything wrong, But some days as wrestlers, we
Well,
overreact when things not going our way.
like I said, that match was gonna have a smash.
Yeah.
With all three gentlemen getting physically involved, and if there were to be a winner, I did say Drew McIntyre comes out on top, which that's what happened.
Yeah,
but I
think
not a fan of the bracelet.
No, I think to me it just reminds me of little teenage girls.
Yeah, fighting over a toy that they brought to
do you
school.
see the stuff that came up on that afterwards?
No.
Yeah, you see that article? So the girl, it sounds like Punk bought it off a girl somewhere,
Okay.
and then she was supposedly looking for either credit or compensation because she made that.
So now the girl's trying to get money because they're using her bracelet.
Yes, using it in a wrestling related feud.
Oh, that's surprising. I mean, he's probably do the nice thing. Okay, I got the fans bracelet, and she's thinking about money. So
So next time, Punk, go to the jewelry store.
Yeah. I'd much rather see you fight over a Rolex
Yes.
than a bracelet. But that'll be
being ungrateful.
that'll be for a next episode. What was the next match after that one?
That was
Eddie?
the main event there. Cody Rhodes. Priest and
So Damian Priest defending the WWE title against Gunther. And that was a hard-hitting matchup where we saw, Gunther lay in some of his patented chops. And at one point, I was like, Priest kept doing these forearms and, in my opinion, shitty kicks.
And trying to block
And
chops.
trying to cover up.
Yep.
And I'm like, just lay it back in. And he finally got mad and he threw a couple. And it split Gunther up. And,
So you know what I thought on that? I didn't think it was a split. I thought it was maybe a nail opened up.
Nah, it was definitely a split from damage that he had before in his chest.
Oh no, well you did see that too.
Yeah, he had he re-hit that ginger skin there and it split him open.
Yeah.
Hard hitting match. I wasn't a fan of the strikes and the shitty kicks. To me, it was time for Gunther to get the reins, and I think it's a good time for that. I don't think it hurts Priest because they're going in a different direction with Priest. He's embracing the fans now.
Don't go down there.
He's embracing the fans. So, wasn't a fan of the finish of that matchup. Not Gunther winning, but just the overall finish of the match. At the end, it looked a little bit out of whack there. But nonetheless, Gunther, the new champion. Your thoughts?
I was surprised Gunther won. I thought Priest would have more of a role, as a champion. But the whole thing coming out of SummerSlam,
Yeah.
a lot of different matchups, feuds are coming out of it.
Yeah, definitely building towards Survivor Series.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff's going from that. I was kind of surprised that when what's his name came down.
Balor?
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to happen.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a matchup with the Demon Balor against Damian Priest at some point in the near future here. And, just this past Monday they had the matchup, I guess, for the Bash at Berlin. Randy Orton challenging Gunther for the title. So
That's a big one.
That's gonna be a big one. That's gonna be an interesting one there. What else we had? Did we miss a match?
Oh, the other women's title match.
We talked about Liv Morgan already.
All right, that's
The
right.
one that's missing is the matchup. We still got one more match with Cody and Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, the main event.
Main
WWE
event.
Championship.
Yes, Cody,
The return of
Solo.
Roman Reigns.
We both picked Cody on that one.
Yep.
We both kind of expected to be a lot of involvement with different people.
Yep.
The biggest involvement that stands out to me is the freaking doofus that keeps coming in and having these incidents. Like, come on now, can you go into a buckle without looking like an idiot?
Well, it happens at practice all the time with the young guys.
Yes, but these guys
Right.
are
And
months into learning the business.
Right. And yeah, that shouldn't have happened. I mean,
Well-
stuff happens, but now I almost want to watch his matches.
Well, he should be the idiot of the group. He should
Yeah.
be the blooper guy of the group. I think if he embraces it, it might give that little comedy relief to it, and he might get over just because he's a fucking idiot. You know,
That could work.
I mean, being blunt, but just how can I put it? Then we saw the big splash. We saw the involvement of Jacob Fatu, and he came off the top with his big impressive splash, which a lot of people on the internet, a lot of the experts stating that, fake injury because they don't want him and Roman to collide ahead of time. But if you really watch different angles of that incident there, you can see how the main part of the table doesn't give and his front of his legs smash against it. And he tried getting up off camera, and he couldn't. So, definitely he is out for a little bit there with that. And we'll find out. I mean, can he milk this injury and surprise attack Roman? Yeah. What do you got?
For his sake, I hope it's a minor injury. A sprain.
Could be a sprain. Could
Maybe
be a
a
hairline
pull,
fracture. Yeah.
For the fact that he's getting a lot of good press.
Mm-hmm.
Look like he's doing the people in the back are liking him.
Yeah.
Good reaction, and I like the fact that coming out of this whole show, they're making stars,
Yes.
and obviously we all knew Roman was coming back,
Yeah.
even the question with the ending.
Well, the real question that, should have been asking is Solo's the one that's lucky in this whole situation because, like I said before, and I'll say it again, it's just a matter of time before Jacob outshines
Oh yeah,
all the people in that group,
Yeah.
and he'll end up having that main event spot going against Roman.
Yeah.
So, luckily for
Well,
Solo,
even Cody.
luckily for Solo, this thing happened. So if anybody should be glad, sounds shitty, but it is a business. It should be
What-
Solo.
And I don't remember his history. So how long has Solo been in the business prior to this? Was he a guy?
He has some matches in the Indies. I believe I seen him, and it was by accident. I seen him on YouTube wrestling Carlito once, somewhere.
Because
I don't know before that match how long he had in the business.
because I didn't pick it up, and so they did a Triple H. I mean, after WrestleMania, I'm kind of like watching the media scrum afterwards.
Yes.
And I think Triple H gave him credit for being such a younger guy in the business. When Roman was out,
Mm-hmm.
here's a guy that's kind of new.
Yeah.
He picked the ball and he ran with it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so I give him. There's a lot of pressure. When you look at it that
Oh yeah,
way,
definitely.
when you look at it that way,
Yeah.
I'm like, the guy did pretty good.
Yeah. Definitely.
but-
Definitely did.
Physically, I think Jacob is definitely more impressive.
Well, yeah. I mean, just he just looks like he doesn't look like he's trying to force the part of being a tough guy, a legitimate
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
just could see it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He's been through some hardship, and he's not trying to act like he's been through hardship because he really has.
Yep.
So you could just spot that from a mile away, especially if you've been around situations and you've seen a lot of stuff in your lifetime. So I think he's just gonna outshine, like I said before, and I'm calling it now. I think it's just a matter of time before he's the guy that's on top wrestling the top baby faces. So.
And again, going back, I think that's the biggest thing that came out of SummerSlam. I liked the stories and the feuds coming out of SummerSlam, but I don't like the matches.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of the majority of the matches, but I did like the feuds and the stories and the matchups that can come from.
So I think this was probably one of his first big matches, and this is dating back to February of 2020.
All right,
and he wrestled Carlito there, so he's probably been in the business about 4 years.
Yeah,
4
all
or
right.
5
So I
years
mean,
now.
that's a big spot for him. For being, what do you know? What 4 years?
Yeah.
You know nothing at 4 years. You think you know, and then the problem, I would say, between 3 to 5 years, you think you know how to wrestle because you know how to wrestle. Mm-hmm. But the problem is you don't really know how to wrestle.
I noticed how when he took the bump going backwards outside the ring, he actually did it right this time. Instead of, how he twists and goes forward, gets clothesline over the top, he actually got clothesline.
So
Right
Maybe he spent some time at the Performance Center.
maybe he spent some time sharpening up things.
Yeah.
But that was the SummerSlam recap there. Victorious.
We're going to do a
6
special...
6-3.
We're going to do a special birthday for one of our fans. He's going to be turning 6, Anthony, and it's his parents there. But they're fans of the show. They come to every Woonsocket show at Showcase Pro Wrestling Arena. Saturday night's main event coming up. They'll be there. But if everybody wants to wish Anthony a happy 6th birthday coming up on the 14th, and that's his father, Frankie, and his mom right there. So happy birthday to little Anthony.
Yeah, happy birthday, Anthony. We
Big fan of
are
ours.
we're waiting for you on Saturday night, and it's gonna be a blast. I don't know about Chris Blackheart. He doesn't like.
And ironically,
He doesn't like birthdays.
I do, because do you know what's awesome? Having your birthday party at Showcase Wrestling Training
Here we
Center.
go. Are we getting into the plugs?
No, this is
a
not a plug. This is a fact. So if
Okay.
you ever thought about having a birthday party, again, it used to be Monkey Joe's, used to be the place.
Mm-hmm.
Showcase Pro Wrestling. A limited amount of people. We don't charge per head. Again, the ring, we get the crash pads up. You do some lockouts, body slams with the dummy.
Yeah.
We go through the entranceway with the lights all going, with
Yeah.
a bit of music. We have some matches.
Yeah.
So if you ever thought about doing that, just reach out to us at SP Wrestling on Messenger. On typically Facebook's the best one on that one, or promoter at showcasewrestling.com.
And you don't have to be a kid to have your birthday
You
party.
don't, and actually we do adult parties too. So we recently had some people doing it on a bucket list, and were you there that time? So we had a guy who was doing it for his bucket list. I think it was like his 40th birthday. It was supposed to be him and a couple of friends.
Yeah, I think I missed that one.
Right, and when it came down to do it, all of his friends backed out.
Oh,
So but he did.
So he was lonely.
He
Joe?
was there, and training, right?
Yeah.
When we have a single person coming in, girl or a guy, and they're learning how to bump by themselves, you get beat up pretty quick because there's no any rest period.
Yeah.
So he did really well considering. So yeah, but if you have it on your bucket list, you want to have a guys' night out, you want to have a bachelor party style, reach out for showcaseprowrestling.com, send a message. It's awesome.
Get you set up there, and you can experience it for yourself, what it feels like to be in the ring and come out the entrance and all that good stuff. Speaking of coming out the entrance, again, this Saturday night, August 10th, we return to the arena, Woonsocket, 126 Main Street. Saturday night's main event, 7:07 p.m. bell time. You'll see all those matches that are up on the screen right now. Sons of Liberty Championship match. Consistent 1AC taking on the champion Danny Cabral. The YouTube title on the line as Brother Moon Revan takes on Jay Evans. And a special challenge, the young Logan taking on Chris Spratt with the Damien in his corner. All happening this Saturday in Woonsocket. Moving on to the following week, on August 16th.
I was just doing a correction for you.
What do you got? Oh, this one here.
Yeah.
Moving on to August 16th, RCW Royal Crown Wrestling makes their debut in Medford, Massachusetts at the American Legion Post 45 Friday night, 7:30 p.m. bell time. Big main event, Royal Rumble, where the winner will take on former TNA Multimedia Champion AJ Francis in the October show. Lots of new faces, lots of new debuts. RCW in Medford, RoyalCrownWrestling.com for all the tickets, and follow all social medias at Royal Crown Wrestling. Next night, we're back, returning big to the Franklin Elks Lodge in Franklin, Massachusetts. Saturday night, 7:07 p.m. bell time. It is going to be jam-packed. It usually is in Franklin. So if you haven't got your tickets, make sure you get your tickets now as we speak. Don't miss out as we return next Saturday to Franklin at the Elks Lodge, 1077 Pond Street in Franklin, Massachusetts. Going on to the month of September. Speaking of returning, we return back to our second home, the Taunton BFW Hall in Taunton, Massachusetts, 82 Ingle Street. Friday night, 7:47 p.m. bell time. And on that card, already signed, one of your favorite matches, a street fight
I have to bring something.
for the Tag Team Championships, as Puerto
chair
Rico's
out
Most
there.
Wanted will take on the Bionic Beasts, Dan Badandi and Buck Nasty.
It's Friday the 13th, so it's going to be bad luck for one of us, man.
For the titles. Well, you know, you're in the room, you hang with Blackheart, you saw what happened with the SummerSlam result,
Yep.
so you know, I would stay away. That the Thursday before that, I would call it off and I'll stay homesick. Or maybe he should come because you know you're his bad luck charm.
Yeah, that could be right.
Well, yeah, I mean that's usually right there. Did we miss a date in September?
No, what
we
it
have to
is-
go back, rewind that
You
back.
gotta rewind. Yeah,
We
dinner
gotta
was
rewind that back because September 7th.
September 7th, because we were gonna do the 14th.
Yeah.
But what I didn't realize is with Labor Day.
Yeah. So September 7th, a week before that,
Yeah.
we'll be back on Saturday night, 7:07 p.m. bell time at the Showcase Arena in Woonsocket for another episode of Saturday night's main event. So check that out. All the info up on our social media, SP Wrestling, and at ShowcaseProWrestling.com for all the latest details and the fan page. Have you been on
Yes,
the fan page?
I did post some stuff up there. We are gonna start putting up some special giveaways for the fans, some promotions going on. So go on Facebook, go to Showcase Pro Wrestling fan page, put a request in there, we'll approve it.
And you'll get to be on there and see some of the stuff happening first, because you know a lot of the stuff gets posted there first.
Maybe you should go live on there.
Yeah, we'll go live there one of these days. So if we fast forward all the way to the month of October,
Whoa, you're really jumping out there, huh?
well, you know, you got to jump out there. October 12th, Powerhouse Wrestling returns to the Sturbridge Hotel Event Center, 366 Main Street in Sturbridge, Massachusetts, for the Halloween Bash. And on that card, you will get to see former WWE superstars go at it as Mr. Kennedy Ken Anderson returns to Powerhouse Wrestling to take on former rival, the masterpiece Chris Masters. Also on the card, you'll see a special intergender matchup as intergender champion James Ellsworth will defend the championship against the IWA and Powerhouse Wrestling Women's Champion Evie De La Rosa. That's going to be an interesting matchup there, man.
I do want to see that match.
I'm looking forward to see what James has in store because he could be sneaky. So we'll see what he has in store for Ivy. And on that show as well, there's going to be a big Royal Rumble style match. The winner of that match will move on later in the night to take on the Cowboy James Storm, the former TNA World Champion, making his Powerhouse Wrestling debut for the new Powerhouse Wrestling Heavyweight Championship title. That all happens Saturday night, October 12th. Special meet and greet. Doors will open at 6 p.m. Bell time 7 p.m. And that is at the Sturbridge Host Hotel in Sturbridge, Mass. Get your tickets. Eventbrite.com for all that. Tickets. Powerhouse Wrestling NE on all social media. And, that's going to be a great one. It's going to be a great card there. What do you got? Joe Davis?
Well, I do not know where Joe Davis will be in the month of August.
Well, he's in
'Cause
Wakefield
he's
tonight.
Live tonight. He probably got done about an hour ago on his set, so we will have some update on where in the world would Joe Davis be.
Yeah.
Danny,
Next week.
what do you got for comments on? Any comments on the chat room?
Yep, Dan Alves says no fat shaming today. And what kind of adult party did you talk about at the school?
All right, so
None of the parties he likes to attend to.
yeah. So Dan, those are adult pro wrestling parties,
Yeah.
not animal fights. So just like some people people like going throwing axes, right?
Yeah.
Same idea.
Who else is on the chat line? Chat room.
Noel Crisquella. I hope I didn't butcher his name.
Probably did.
What's up, brother? What's going on?
Any questions? Or
That's about it.
Already. So that's
Slow
that's,
chat room tonight.
That's an easy one there. Like I said, we're gearing up for that. We were supposed to have a guest tonight.
yes, so that
That
Danny,
got slightly rebooked.
yeah. So that next week, some days there is conflicting issues, which is fine. So yeah, we just rescheduled. So next week we're gonna have an author on. He writes wrestling books. It's kind of a different twist on wrestling. So we'll have him on actually next week. So there's no stress on that, but we do appreciate someone from the Midwest coming on.
Yes, indeed. We'll have to have some other guests here coming up soon that we'll be announcing soon for the podcast. What do you got, Danny? You got anything?
Nope, just show up Saturday night, guys. Showcase Pro Arena, Saturday night's main event. Comes to Bionic Bo Dan Badandi, the Punisher Don Vega, Rambo, and all the other guys that Showcase Pro Wrestling. The best show you'll see on the card. Basically in the New England next
Already.
best show in the market.
So, I think that's.
You want to wrap it early tonight, huh?
I'm wrapping
What are
it
you-
up
what are you,
unless
tired?
you got something else to
No,
talk
no,
about.
no,
I mean,
that's more than fine. Some days shorter and sweeter.
some days short and sweet. We covered everything, and I think all that's left is for this Saturday night in Woonsocket.
That being said,
It's time to wrap it up. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in as always every Thursday here live for the Showcase Pod. We got another comment right there.
Dan wants ghost stories.
Ghost stories that's gonna be happening soon. We'll get into ghost stories soon. I know Blackheart's still getting haunted, but for this week, I am Don Vega. This is the boss, Chris Blackheart. Dan Dondi behind the background there. We'll catch you right here next week in the Showcase Pod.